welcome back to another video. Today is an Azure haul. My name is Leah and I do these usually once a month. I'm sorry if I'm not very presentable today. It is hot. This was a huge haul and it's just a lot. So let's go through and I will show you everything we got. Okay, I literally have stuff everywhere. So you're gonna have to bear with me as I jump around a little bit. I'm gonna do the cold stuff first because it really needs to get in the freezer. For cold frozen produce, I have these cauliflowers. I've been using these to make soup, so that's really good. And I also picked up the blackberries, pineapple, and mango. We've been really into, oh, that's upside down, oh well. We've been really into smoothies lately, and so, like just some fruit and some coconut milk even, and or like coconut cream and some raw milk. Oh, it's just so good and it's so refreshing on these hot summer days, and we're just getting started with summer, so gotta get stocked up. Over here we have our usual cheese purchase. This is the cheddar. Every once in a while this will go on sale and I will buy like 4 or 6 loaves of it, but it's not on sale right now, so I just got 2 loaves. And we have our favorite butter back here. This is the Rumiano unsalted butter. We love this, and it freezes really well, just like that. We stick it in the freezer. I'm also trying some yogurts because we have just been on the go quite a bit, and we do make our own homemade yogurt, which is great at home. It's a little bit harder to pack on the go, especially if something happens kind of like on the fly, you know, and we don't really have time to mess with making our own at home and taking it. So I'm trying, let's see, this is the Grazier's grass-fed. It doesn't have any crazy ingredients. There is added sugar, but it's not like high fructose. And no dyes or gums in that one. Then I'm trying this Nancy's cream cheese. We were getting a really big loaf, but we don't eat that much cream cheese nowadays. Since we've been eating less carbs for breakfast. Like we don't eat bagels that often for breakfast anymore, but sometimes we do. So these smaller containers will be really nice, and there's no junky ingredients in this. And then we're trying this yogurt. This is the one that's on the bottom there. This is Bellwether Farms strawberry yogurt. You can see the ingredients are pretty clean. No dyes, no gums, no high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. These are expensive, so this is kind of like I said, this is when we're on the go and we gotta grab something, but this is not like Monday morning breakfast. You know what I mean? This is not a everyday thing. I also picked up this just for a fun snack. My kids are really into charcuterie boards for snacks, so I will put this out for them to try. And then I wanted to try this because I really love flatbreads and tortillas and things like that. I'm trying to eat less gluten, and I saw these, and I think this kind of cuisine is really intriguing, and I've never cooked anything like this. So I picked these up. They go in the freezer, and I'm gonna try them. Continuing on to cold stuff. Let's see, where do I begin? Okay, over here, we have these edamame beans. My kids love these as a lunch side. I just stick them in a little steamer pot and steam them up with some salt, and they love them. So I had to get those. They're literally my 2-year-old's favorite food right now. Look, Lenny, what are these?
Mama beans?
Mama beans? Edamame beans.
Can I see the mama beans?
They're edamame. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Continuing on. Smoked sausage. We put this in a pasta that has olive oil and garlic and parsley, and it's so good. And then over here we have these summer sausages. These are gonna last us a long time. Obviously we're not eating like summer sausage for a meal, but like I said, my kids have been really into charcuterie boards, and they like these now, and they are cheaper by the, what is this, a 12 pack? And I think it's an 8 pack. They're cheaper in the 8 pack. They freeze excellent, so that's what we're gonna do. We have really been loving the Mary's organic chicken. So everything is Mary's organic chicken at this point. We like this for quick lunch meals, like a quick bowl or something. And then I also want to try to make my kids chicken fingers. I think that would be fun. I tried to make patties. They didn't love them, but maybe I just need a better recipe. And then we got 2 whole chickens to roast up because we really like doing that, although not when it's 95 degrees outside. And we also got some chicken thighs here. This time I got the skin on just to save a little bit of money. Over here we have these tortillas. They are Stacy's brand. These are the burrito sized tortillas and they are absolutely huge and we love them. They have lots of other sizes though if you don't want a massive tortilla, but I like it because I can make one quesadilla and it feeds all 3 of my children. So that's a win. Also over here we have this coconut water. I like putting this in smoothies for my kids. Kind of as an electrolyte sort of thing in the summer. They can't taste it in the smoothie. They won't drink it otherwise. So it's kind of a sneak it in there and they really like it. We also got some coffee filters back here. Although since my order cutoff closed, I have switched to a different way of making coffee. But I think my husband will still use coffee filters. And thank goodness they won't go bad sitting on the shelf downstairs. And then back here we have eggs. Here are the eggs we've been getting. Maybe this will be our last egg purchase before our chickens start laying. I'm not sure. But there are, I think there's 15 dozen in here. And they last a long time for us. So maybe 6 weeks and they don't go bad. So, I mean, I'm sure they would go bad, but they don't in our 6 weeks. And we eat them up. We eat a lot of German pancakes and things like that. They're just really egg heavy to try to get lots of protein into these kiddos. Okay, now all the fun little goodies. Over here I have this coconut cream for smoothies. We really like this, and occasionally I'll use something like this in baking. I also picked up a stainless steel canning funnel because we've been trying to eliminate plastic from our kitchen. Over here we have some beef snack sticks. My kids absolutely love these, and I love that they're high protein. It's one of the few high protein things that I can get them to eat. Over here we have onion powder. That's just a standard purchase. And then baking soda. We were out. I keep running out of baking soda, so I picked up 2 because I'm not sure how I keep running out. And then we have pumpkin seeds. My kids will eat these for a snack, or if I do charcuterie boards, I'll just put out a small bowl of pumpkin seeds and they will eat them. We picked up popcorn. This also makes a really good snack, especially with some high quality butter and some salt. And then we got powdered sugar. I have been making a lot of icing lately for cakes and things like that, so we needed some powdered sugar. And then the vinegar. Their vinegar is really strong. I think it's 11%, and most of what you get in the store is 5%, so you can use less if you're making a concentrate or something like that. Here we picked up this chocolate. It is cheaper in this quantity, which is why I bought this ridiculous amount of chocolate, but I just eat a square every once in a while, and it really helps me not eat a ton of other sugar. So it's kind of a compromise, and we're just gonna put these downstairs on the storage shelf and bring one of these up to the pantry at a time. Something like this we have decent self-control with, so I don't mind stocking this in bulk. Back here, I'm gonna try these pad thai rice noodles. Like I said, we're trying to eat a little bit less gluten, but we absolutely love pastas and things like that. So we're gonna give this a try. I think it'd be fun in a stir fry or something. I've been taking these omega-3, what was it called? The supplement? This omega-3 supplement, and I really like it. I buy it in this amount because you save money, and I'm just running out, so I'm gonna have some of that. I also picked up some beet juice because so my last pregnancy I had a little bit of preeclampsia and my blood pressure went down, but it did not go all the way back to normal. I'm hoping that it returns when I'm done nursing, and you know, my body has just had a little bit more time. We're about 6 months out, but beet juice can sometimes help with blood pressure, and so I take some liquid vitamins in the morning and a little bit of juice, and I'm just going to switch that juice to beet juice because it can't hurt, right? Over here, I picked up this organic lemon extract and organic orange extract. These are just for baking. It's nice to have something that is a little bit better quality. They don't have anything artificial in them. It's just alcohol and lemon oil. So that is the reason I'm making the switch. And of course, these will last a really long time. Next, I have this grain-free cassava orzo. We have recently realized that we all really love orzo. But like I said, we're trying to eat just a little bit less gluten. So I thought this would be a fun thing to try and see if it's similar. If it's similar, we'll just get this. And then I have some sauerkraut. I'm trying to eat some more probiotic things. Over here we have these shampoo bars. These are a regular purchase. We love these. They last a long time, as long as you keep them somewhere in your shower where they're not soaking in water. And then we also recently made the switch to these conditioner bars. They're called Creamline. And I was really, really skeptical, but I tried one last month and I love it. It doesn't feel like it's working when you first rub it into your hair because it doesn't do a heavy coat in your hair, but then when you rinse it out, your hair is soft. It does do something. So I picked up some of these because they are cleaner ingredients. They smell good too, don't they?
They smell like lime.
They're cleaner ingredients than the conditioner we have been buying, and they also put less plastic back into the environment. They're just wrapped in this paper. So this works great. I also picked up this body wash because I've recently realized that I like the smell of almond a lot. And we've just been using an unscented Castile soap for our body wash, but I really miss having a scent. So we're gonna try this and see how we like it. Next, I have this Montreal chicken seasoning. I think I saw somebody use this on Instagram. It might have been Three Rivers Homestead. I'm not sure. But we've been really into really quick proteins at lunch. So like just taking out a cast iron pan and throwing in some chicken or some fish and just seasoning it up real quick. And this is really appealing for something like that, or before grilling. Next, I have this floor cleaner. Up until very recently, we've just been using vinegar and maybe some essential oils, but I'm just so busy, and I really like having a scent, but just having to run different places to get the essential oils out and the vinegar out, it's been a lot. So I'm gonna try this cleaner. It says it's lemon verbena, and I'm excited to see how it does. I don't know if you can read the fine print down below, but it says that all of their fragrances are certified natural essential oils, isolates, and extracts. So that's probably a little bit better than synthetic fragrance, right? Next, we have these medicated lollipops. They're just Manuka and, what's it called? The menthol. And they're very expensive, and so we definitely put these away and we don't get them out unless anybody is sick. But they are cheaper in this quantity, so they're just gonna go sit on the storage shelf downstairs. Here I have avocados. These will last a long time in the refrigerator. And we really like having these around, especially if you want to make guacamole or something like that. Please excuse our smoothie blender. That's what we had for a snack. Then we have kiwis. I have a lot of kids that really like kiwis. These are a usual purchase for us. Next, we got potatoes. I really wanted to get a 50-pound bag of potatoes again. They keep excellent in the fridge. However, our outdoor fridge, I don't think it's really supposed to be an outdoor fridge, and it keeps getting way too wet in there. Like something is leaking because it's getting too hot and thawing out, like something from the freezer, if that makes sense. So until we can move that downstairs, I don't want to put anything in there that can't get dripped on. And so, at least not on the upper shelves. So I only got what I could fit down below in the produce drawers. So I got 2 bags of russets and 2 bags of the Yukon Gold. And then my kids also wanted sweet potatoes again, so we got the purple kind and the regular yellow kind. And then I also got some mandarin oranges, like the cuties, but these are huge. Can you see how big that is? So these are interesting. I'm not sure where they came from or what variety this is, but they are much bigger than what we've been getting, probably because they're not really in season anymore. So maybe we will hold off on these again until they come back in season. And then we also got a bag of onions. These are a staple purchase for us, and we just store these outside in the garage freezer as well. Over here, I have carrots and garlic. I will often get the 5-pound garlic from Azure and peel it, but it is not my season for doing that. So I got these, and I'm just gonna stick them in a blender with some olive oil, grind it down into a paste, make pucks out of them, and freeze them. And then we have some all the time for meals, and it's just so handy like that. And then, of course, carrots. Do these need an explanation? We really like carrots. We roast them, we shred them for salad. They're just a good thing to have around. Okay, last but not least, I have my plants corner. Please excuse my dirty floors. Floor cleaning day is tomorrow, and we have bigger fish to fry today, but I got some lettuce starts. I just did not grow enough lettuce in my garden this year, and then what I did grow bolted almost immediately. So I'm just gonna try to get these going, and I have these teepee trellises out in our big garden, and they're creating some shade now, so I'm gonna try to plant these in there, and hopefully they won't bolt quite as fast. I also picked up some spinach, same deal with that. I have spaghetti squash,